Yeah,
Like group of
I'm gonna
friends.
link my channel, and it should be like the main thing they're saying live. You can get because I can't get the link right now because I gotta freaking like go to the thing separately. So hold on, give me a second.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Alright, because I'm going
And
on my
also
channel live right
and
now.
also the reason.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh. Also, the reason why I became as incredibly anxious about this as well. The entirety of the SCC is basically giving Halo fan a free pass to basically go after me even further after what I experienced from him in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
He continually tries to claim the moral high ground over people.
Oh, I fucking hate Halo fan. And if I do recall, didn't Halo fan like send sexual pictures before?
Yes.
So the SCC are hiding a sexual predator themselves.
Actually, they basically outed Halo fan after what he did. Although Halo fan is still lurking around in the shadows.
He's
Yeah.
still here.
Yeah, here's the
He's
link.
in the shadows.
The conundrum. That's the link
All
right
right.
there.
Nah, it's Cobra Commander now.
Oh, cover commando. Oh, okay, I got you.
Cobra Commander.
All right.
Yeah.
Commander. Okay, I got you.
Alright,
Okay.
Cobra Commander. It's
Um.
good.
All right. So yeah, we are good. All right. So apparently, at the what I'm saying, as the video came up to my attention, I watched. I would say I skipped some of the parts that I already knew because like I already knew, what I'm saying, the situation what was going down. I was just grabbing the pieces and stuff that I didn't know about, and to clear the whole situation. The situation about me being a coward, no, it didn't went down like that. Like I got screenshots that I can put up too of the whole Umbrus trying to get me into a call in the courthouse when I clearly had real life bullshit that I had to deal with, and I had a whole bunch of people at my house, so I didn't want to go through a angry argument bitch fit with Leo Convoy at the time, so it was like I decided to not hop in. I didn't ghost from you guys. I didn't. I left because I knew y'all guys was gonna kick me anyway. So if I didn't like leave, I was gonna stay in there and say, "Hey, shit, fuck that, kick me." But I gave everything the benefit of the doubt, and I just left. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm nobody's bitch. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna sit there and just, what I'm saying, just take that bullshit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
like, bruh, I know a lot of people gonna be like, so why would you removed like in the beginning with anyway? I was removed because I was still cool with Ward. Yes, guys, I got removed from the CC because of association. Not that I did anything wrong. Not that because I did some pedo shit or some bullshit or whatever. I got removed because of
Guilt
association, which is bullshit.
guilt by guilt by association. I'm gonna be honest,
So
this whole thing, the whole SCC now became 1984.
yeah, man, it's
You
like
know,
And another thing that I should bring up from what was said in those videos, including another one that was uploaded around the same time. I blew up on Twitter mainly because you guys would not even speak to me about what happened. Like, I got silenced in the comments section on several videos when I tried to explain what happened. Like, there was the purely, like, for example, on the Purely Odd Grandmaster's video on Sonic Shadow, I literally tried to give a little testimony to Fractured Light when he said that I was buddies with Dan Stein when he and the rest of the SCC don't even know what even happened.
Yeah, and I like how
I tried like another thing too. I literally kept on venting about it until I couldn't take it anymore, to the point where I had to directly mention Slideshow Commentary Community because it felt like no matter how many times I was venting about how I did not enable Dan Stein's behavior and how I myself was someone who was treated terribly by him. Shortly after I went through my own situation with Halo Fan, where Dan Stein was very toxic to talk to. Pepper decided to bring up the fact that I was in contact with Dan vaguely when I barely even got to explain myself because I was overly anxious during that entire call.
yeah, and with Lio in there intimidating you, bullying you, so he can listen to the answers he wants to. So Doodle can have Lio in there so she can farm off some content, some clout, and basically some extra money in her little donation thing because lo and behold, Doodle has her donations up there. She only did it for some extra shekels in her pocket.
Okay, I
And
will.
I mean,
Go ahead. No, I'm stepping in a little later. Go ahead.
like here's another thing that I should bring up too. When Pepper came up to me regarding Dan, I was respectful to Pepper. I gave Pepper a lot more respect than Halo Fan did to me back then because he enabled Jack 81, who was sending porn in a group DM back when I was 14 years old. And do you want to know what Halo Fan decided to do when I expressed that I wasn't feeling comfortable with that? He decided to say, "Oh, come on, Sean, it's so hot," without respecting my boundaries, to the point where I became afraid to speak up at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no. What I was
And
gonna.
another thing too, I had no clue that Pepper even went through those things, and not to mention a lot of what Dan did. He was under 18 when he did all of that, and I had no clue that Pepper even went through all of those things until Pepper came up to me in October of last year.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I just gotta say this. I gotta say this. So I don't know what to really say about most of this stuff because, like, I was pretty much kind of was still within the shadows. I didn't really know too much about any sort of situations revolving around a person named Dan like that. Um, I was looking for answers because I was kind of out of the loop for some time now. So I didn't know what was even going on around that time. I didn't know what was going on with Dan. I didn't know what was going on with anybody else within the CC like that because well, hey, maybe I just don't be talking to people. But the thing is that like I kind of wish that somebody did talk to me about most of the situations that was even going on in the CC at the time because I didn't even know most of the stuff that pretty much just happened to happen, making me think like I'm supposed to know about these. But no, I've been literally busy doing my own thing. I don't know what's been going on within the CZ, and I've been trying my best to actually try my best to figure that out, but I've been too busy doing my own thing, my own life and trying to go ahead and fix that all up or something. But Nah, I guess I gotta also
Yeah.
focus on the CC as well, which is a thing that I wasn't really focusing on as much though. I wasn't even focusing on any sort of things like that. Yes, I did catch up on certain things, but I didn't catch up on every little detail within the whole commentary community. I'm not like gonna be like going through wikis and books and all the other stuff just trying to figure out exactly like what's gonna happen next or something. Like I kind of do want people to really talk to me, and that's pretty much the problem is that like not a lot of people really talk to me about like what's been going on and stuff. I just kind of been ghosted. And so I don't even know what's been going on. Somebody needs to really
Look,
talk to me. Communication, I don't even know for real. That was the
be
thing about
honest,
that.
to be honest, the last time I was involved in something, it was like in 2019. And know what I did? I started working. I had a life. I had to deal with putting my father to rest because he passed away. I had a lot on my plate, and I'm not there every day knowing what's going on and shit. I only get snippets and stuff.
Mhm.
Like hell,
Oh,
I didn't know
sorry.
that I didn't know absolute degenerate was a fucking absolute degenerate.
Yeah, I didn't know about the thing about fucking degenerate and Taco and all that
Awkward.
other stuff, and like
I didn't
I
know
didn't
that. I
know
didn't know
any
that
of that
shit either.
until Nova mentioned something about it or whatever. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I know that people. I would agree with Dual Tones with one thing. Yeah, the CC always had this situation that people just don't want to talk with each other about, have like civil conversations and update people and
Yeah.
talk with each other and all that stuff about. So I do agree with that, but
And I like
like
the
nobody's
and the
not
most
supposed to just keep
funniest
in
thing
track with all that stuff either.
or the most funniest thing is Umbrus in that video with Doodle Tones. Look, not everybody know in the Blaze the Movie Fan server, I had a call with Umbrus and she forgave me because I even said like, look, I went about the wrong way. I was if I came off tough, I apologize. And she accepted my apology. And then that's her Google document. Keep my name out of your fucking mouth. Okay, I'll keep your name out of your fucking mouth because you're nothing to me. You don't pay my bills. You ain't my mom. You ain't my dad. So I'll keep
Exactly,
your name out of your
people.
fucking mouth. I'll keep your name out of your fucking mouth, Umbris. You got to do me a favor too. Keep my name out of your fucking mouth as well.
Look, I would say this. Look, me and Umbrish, like we was cool and stuff. I just didn't like how when the shit went down and I was telling him like I was still cool with Ward and all the other stuff because people don't realize Ward is like, yes, I met Ward on the internet, but he's like a real life like actual friend. 'Cause we help each other and stuff in like real life and stuff. I ain't gonna get too deep into personal situation and stuff, but he's more than just just a dude I just met on the internet. You know, he's like actually like found me. He's like a brother that I never had. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's we just have a close bond like that, and you just want me to just abandon that's like asking a mother to abandon their son just because their son is a little bit of a bad apple. You know what I'm saying? Like you supposed to, if you is
Mm-hmm.
a true good parent, you supposed to stand by your son, but still make sure you keep them in check. You know, like I said in the video, if I knew all the stuff was going down, I would have kept people in check. But because nobody want to tell me shit, and because all that, this, that, and the third, and nobody just say, oh, we don't want to tell Kyo nothing. It happens. But I'm not going to just desert Ward for some shit like that, and then the whole shit was like more of a gray area anyway. It wasn't people blowing everything up like out of proportion. Like it wasn't as what people think it is.
Yeah.
And plus, on top of that, though, like I can understand the precautions and stuff with like what the CC was trying to do, though, within the whole thing. I understand, that they're trying to go ahead and be more careful and everything, but like at the same time, though, I feel like they're kind of overlooking a lot of stuff that they shouldn't have looked over and stuff. If the only they actually decided to give us this like talk or something, if we actually did talk for a bit, decide to not actually have any sort of like condescending type attitude, no nothing, just something about just talking with one another. We would have been able to really just, had everything sorted out and everything. Nothing didn't we didn't even had to go ahead and get into the whole shunned or ghosted or anything like that. It could have been easily avoided if we just talked about it. Because, like, what's the worst that I can do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna go out there and go ahead and just kind of shoot people to death or something just because. No, I'm gonna have a conversation. That's all I want. I just want a simple conversation, and that's all I want. And
Or
and
I'm just gonna say it. I
go
have to
ahead.
say
Yeah,
this. I
no,
have
go
to
ahead.
get this off my chest. Okay, SCC. Not everyone is V Omega.
Yeah,
Okay, stop looking at everything like V Omega.
And another thing too, which Sonic Ward did tell me, that Doodle Tones basically doubt the fact that I cut contact with Dan only to be pulled back to him multiple times. Yeah, that actually did happen. Like that happened with the Michael is here situation in 2019, and there were more times in 2020 where I cut contact with Dan only to be pulled back to him because of a friend of mine, multiple times than I can even count. And then that happened twice, I believe, in 2021. And then when I got pulled back to Dan again in October of that year, that was the longest contact that I had with the guy. However, when I was in contact with Dan, being around him, he was honestly a very toxic individual to talk to, and the SCC is keeps on trying to pull this narrative that I enabled his actions when I really didn't. I didn't even know that Pepper even went through those things in when he was 18 to 19 in the slightest.
Sean, can I ask you a question? Outside of
Yeah.
being on the SCC, you have a life, right?
On the other side, at the moment, things are a bit slow. I do things around the house for my mom, and I basically go over to the dollar store or a grocery store to get things for me or my mom. It's pretty much
You have a life.
slow.
yeah.
You're
So you
not on
basically,
the
yeah,
computer 24/7. You're not fucking Batman.
And I also make sure to do the dishes for my mom whenever we have too many dishes. Like it's been very, very slow for me ever since the pandemic happened.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, you have a life off the computer. That's the thing. Not everybody's on the computer 24/7. I'm sorry. Like
That's the
Ward,
truth,
he has
pretty
a
much.
life.
Yeah, he got a life.
Theo,
Got a
yeah.
you have a
life.
life.
I
I have a
definitely
life.
have a life. You can ask Ward. I be 100%ly trying to maintain everything at the house, and then responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? Bills and fucking just all types of shit. This has just been fucking me over lately. But that's a different story. But yeah, we ain't got lives
Yeah.
Yeah,
around here. We don't just you know.
And to say this right now, to Doodle Tones, in that particular video, the reason why I've been as explosive on Twitter about this is because of the fact that I've been silenced and shunned by everyone, and all I wanted was a discussion where we could talk things out in a civilized manner, because I was anxious during that entire call, and when I got my thoughts together, everyone still had me blocked.
That's
So you
fucked
can't
up.
really so you
Yeah.
can't pretty much blame Sean for doing what he did, you know? You can't just blame him for
Ca-
that though.
ca-
Because you literally just shunned him off. So he can't talk to nobody. Like how you gonna expect somebody to, you know what I'm saying? To talk to somebody, you know what I'm saying? If they can't talk to nobody at all.
Cast him
and
out like a leper.
another and the thing about my explosive tweets and stuff, that was mainly because of the fact that everyone in the SCC has been treating me like this dangerous person who should not be around minors, when the ironic part about this is that I'm very selective on which servers I send the link to. Like, there's a reason why I didn't send the link to my server into CyberSquid's server, because he had Halo Fan in there, and I tried to warn CyberSquid that Halo Fan did some very dangerous things. I think you should go ahead and get rid of him. And he didn't really respond because he's not all that active on Discord. And also, I keep the server as secure as possible, where I have to accept the person to get into the server. And so that's why I basically said, hey, instead of treating me like this dangerous person, how about we talk things out?
Yeah, that's one of the
And
main
let's not
reasons
forget
why
that.
I didn't like do the situation in the courthouse call, because I knew if as soon as I get in there, the jury would not be in my favor.
You're gonna be
A
dog,
lot of people, yeah, I'm gonna be
and
dog
you're just gonna be.
piling. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna really listen to me, so it's like, why bother?
It's
And
pretty much
and
like one-sided anyway, so I'm like, I
Completely
already
one
knew where
sided,
this
and
was
the
bro.
thing
going after
is,
the fact.
it's ironic that Ephraim of all people is now calling Sean all this. Like Ephraim has his own dirty laundry.
I mean, to keep it 100, Ephraim, he wasn't the he wasn't the type to really either A, take seriously, or B, you know what I'm saying, like really rally behind, especially like back then and all that stuff. Now I know other
God,
people
he
gonna say
God
the same thing about
God
me.
Ephraim used to get Ephraim used to get BTFO'd constantly by the drunken peasants and war corps.
Yeah, I remember that situation that went down.
And uh, and I was going to say something else, but I'm at a loss of words right now, because I felt that I basically blew my throat out.
Oh well,
Like when I found this out, I found out today, Sean, and I came to you and actually extended my hand to you. And you knew how the SEC treated me.
key word, they treated us. I was never really, treated that great in there to begin with. Like if it wasn't for Ward, I think Ward was the main person that caused me to stick. No, Ward and Slayer was like the main people that caused me to stick around. Like I always been having problems
Mhm.
with the CC. Not back then when I first started. It was like a better relationship with everybody, but when everything started to change, I want to say around what 2000, what I say,
Oh my
15 or
God, Kyo,
16 or some
you wouldn't
shit.
you wouldn't believe what they did to Blaze the movie fan.
No, I seen what they did to Blaze. I know about that. Yeah, that
God,
was kind of
a
bullshit.
whole it was It was ableism 101 in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
of course, and Umbers was the one who was being ableist, but Umbers got a free pass. You know, if we would have done that, we would have been burned at the stake.
Like I still have respect for the SCC members. However, the fact that you guys decided, the fact that everyone decided to basically look at the situation all one-sided, while barely giving me a chance to speak at all about this with them, before they decided to say, nope, you're a danger to everyone, including someone who used to be on my server called Kitten Around, whom after finding out about this, I decided to try and explain to her that I got pulled back to Dan Stein multiple times after cutting contact with him. I was horribly anxious and poorly worded myself, admittedly, before she decided to block me and decided to go to other people that I am associated with and tell them to unfriend me.
And that's beyond fucked up, in my opinion, because let me put it this way. It's like they're silencing you because they know what they did wrong. The best way to do it is to sweep it under the rug.
And the thing is that I had no clue that Nihilistic Snake was or Destroyer Shy were going to give me another chance afterwards, because they still had me blocked, and I have not heard from any SCC member before this happened.
Like, I just left Efron's server because I couldn't believe the bullshit that was going on. It was like, you know, it's like the fucking Salem witch trials at this point.
And I'm willing to talk things out with people. It's just that I was barely even given a chance to. Like, before before my whole Twitter meltdown happened, I was actually willing to say, hey, maybe if we were not as shunned as we are, maybe Doodle Tones and Pepper could basically hop into a call with me, Sonicward, and Kyo, where we could talk things out in a civilized manner.
Exactly.
That's pretty much what I wanted from. That's pretty much what I wanted from the beginning. That's why I even decided to message Doodles in the first place. I messaged her in the first place just to try to go ahead and talk. Now I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this now, because I feel like now it's a perfect time. So the thing about it is that after when Sean dealt with the whole call thing that happened in the SEC courthouse, when Sean pretty much he didn't came up to me or anything like that. I came out to him or something, trying to see what was going on here, because I kind of received some messages from some other people from the CC, and I was like, well, what's going on here? And then I heard something about the whole Sean and stuff, and I'm like, wait, okay, what did Sean do or something? And then they were just talking about that. Did you know that Sean been like in contact with like Dan and all that and stuff for 2 years? I was like, okay, but then I'm confused now, because what are you talking about? So I was kind of confused, because around this point in time, I didn't know what was going on. So I had to talk to Sean and try to see what was going on with that. Sean gave me the rundown about what was even going on for a bit. I was like, well, okay, well, I think there's some misunderstanding somewhere. So then I wanted to go ahead and contact Doodles and try to see like what was up with that. I did, so I kind of waited for a bit and everything. And then the next day, it was in the morning and stuff, and I was just just messaging her, and she messaged me back. She was telling me about like what was even going on a little bit. I was still confused, by the way, because I think she assumed that I was supposed to know about Dan's actions, but I didn't know too much about Dan's action like that. So I don't know. She didn't mention nothing about like what Dan did or anything like that. All she was only talking about was the whole thing that happened in the SEC courthouse and stuff about what Sean was talking about and everything, whatever. And then so then I was like, can we like get into a call or something real quick? Because I do want to kind of I do want to talk this over or something. Because I kind of felt like certain things was kind of unfair or something with the whole SEC courthouse thing. I kind of want to probably talk more about that. So after that though, and then so she said that she was going to, call me and stuff, after the fact, right? So I was like, I was waiting and stuff, and then, real life got me. So, my dad pretty much called me on the phone and I was talking to him for a bit. But little did I know I was missing like a bunch of messages from other people from the CC and stuff. So then, I got onto Discord and then I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know Doodles called and stuff. I didn't know when she was gonna call and everything though. I was like, damn, okay. So then I was like, I guess I have no choice but to go ahead and go to the SCC courthouse and stuff because I already know how this was gonna go out. But the thing was, is that I kind of still needed some answers here because I didn't even know what they're still referring to or what they was talking about with Dan. Like, what the heck did Dan do? What the fuck? So I decided to go ahead and go in there. I wanted to ask some questions and stuff. Now the thing was is that what they really wanted to know is if I knew about the whole thing that happened. Like if I knew that if Sean was in contact with Dan, and even if it is true that I knew that though, but the one thing I didn't know is if Dan was actually supposed to be a menace to society. You know what I'm saying? As love, like being like some sort of child groomer or something, which I didn't even know too much about like that. And after that, though, yeah, the DMs and stuff pretty much showcased the screenshot from there. But the thing is that like you have to also realize is that like I didn't know what was really going on with that. Didn't know if it was like a label to it though. I was still kind of confused. That's kind of why I wanted some more answers. I really did wanted some more answers to what was even going on. So then, of course, they was only focusing on the fact that I knew about the freaking screenshot that pretty much happened or something. After that, though, that was about it, really. They didn't even know exactly why or how that whole thing even happened in the first place. So whatever. I kind of got shunned and everything though and stuff, and I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine, whatever. But
And Lord, the last time I talked to you, didn't you say your computer broke down and shit, and you were in the middle of a move also?
and yeah, that did happen.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was true. Yeah, remember that.
So if that stuff happened, how would you know what's going on that much?
Pretty much. Nah, I didn't really follow too much with that. I'm surprised you remember that actually.
Now I
Believe
know
me,
a
I have
lot
a
of
mind like a
people.
steel trap.
I know a lot of people gonna be like, "Well, aren't you? Ain't Keo just said that y'all extremely close? You could have went to Keo for information." Uh, you goofy fuck! I just said that people in the CC rarely talk to me. Like they rarely inform me anything. So even if he would have went to me, or you know what I'm saying, because some of the stuff that I do manage to find out, I did tell Ward, but there's a lot of stuff that like I did not know at all, and nobody did not tell me a damn thing. And like I said,
Mhm.
like I even said a while ago when I was in Hog and also the Nexus I think that's what that was called that CC Discord chat or whatever. I told people I
Yeah.
said if you want to speak to me or you want to let me know information, you want to just don't be a stranger. Just DM me, ping me, or just talk to me in general, and I will get to you. But if you keep me out of the conversation, well, not keep me out of the conversation, but if you don't, respond to me or whatever, because most people are like, well, I did the everyone thing. Yeah, but, I can look at that and I'm like, okay, maybe, this is some information or whatever they trying to give me, but this necessarily is like a info like I look at it, but I don't know it's not really that dedicated to me because people at everyone all the time in servers and stuff, and they either drop like some information update or something that's really not important. So most of the times, I guess when
Yeah.
people was talking about it, they I didn't see anything. Like they should have did better. You know what I'm saying? Situation of letting me know.
Yeah.
Like everybody know,
Yeah.
like Delusion was in my old server. Remember how I used to DM people and act like people personally and had everybody up to date,
Yeah.
and you know what I'm saying? Like I was on my shit, but apparently people don't like doing it. Apparently,
Yeah, and the thing is, you know what I've been doing. I've been basically living life,
yeah,
enjoying myself. Like for a while, I didn't join the SCC for a while because after everything went down, I went on a hiatus that I just did gaming content and just did game playing Fallout and indie games, doing indie showcase and stuff.
yeah. I feel you on that.
And
I kind of took a
uh,
well, not a hiatus. I just when I was focusing on real life stuff, I wasn't able to really was able to make commentary, so I still wanted to keep content on my channel. So I just did live streams and stuff about like video games and stuff like that or whatever, just to
mhm,
keep some content on my channel. But I was basically just only doing what I can.
yeah,
I wasn't really focusing on like the commentary community at the time.
yeah. A
Yeah,
lot of
that's
people didn't
true.
like
And
a lot of people didn't like the fact I didn't shun Neko Koda. The reason why I never shunned Neko Koda when I left the alt, Koda was the only one who gave me a chance, where all the other
mm,
SCC members didn't. That's why I always have respect for Koda. And what you did to Koda was dirty. A lot of people were done dirty by the SCC. Sean, Ward, Koda, Blaze. And the
Yeah,
thing is, you guys later on will say, bring him back, and you'll just say, oh, it's just water under the bridge because you know what you did it for, and it's sickening. You did it for subs and views. That's all it's about.
like I don't know. All I'm pretty much trying to say is like I pretty much I am still willing for conversations and stuff. Still trying to do all that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's probably the one thing I still want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because like I ain't trying to run away from nothing. That's the thing. But people, I guess, think I am. I don't know. Um, I still want that conversation. Shit, my DMs are still open. People can still literally still try to talk to me. I
yeah.
still
People
do want
people
to have
can
a
always
civil
hit
and
me up as well.
discussion.
Like
So,
don't be a stranger. Even after this live stream or whatever, or this live response, just hit me up. You know what I'm saying? You got something to say? Just let me know.
Yeah.
And the reason why and the reason why I've been more venti in threads on Twitter than going to people in DMs is because I'm legitimately afraid of annoying you guys. However, the fact that you guys are probably spewing out rumors while I'm not able to look is honestly what makes me very, very upset about this situation. And the thing is, after that call that I had, I was barely able to sleep that night and was barely motivated to do anything and was constantly scared that if I tried to talk about any of this, I would get in trouble. And the thing is, down the road, I ended up getting fed up to the point where I almost decided to vent in Doodle Tones' comment section on her initial SCC's communication problems video before Ward and Sonic Ward decided to keep me from doing that until I couldn't take it anymore and had to vent out on Twitter about the SCC because it felt like every single time that I tried to go into the blocked contacts in DMs, they just keep on shunning me from being able to speak about things.
That's fucked up, in my opinion.
Like, why y'all gotta do that though? Like, why y'all gotta do that? That's crazy. Y'all really being hypocrites though, for real.
Like I'll admit that what I did was negligent, but I never at all leaked anything that anyone has ever said about Dan to Dan, nor did I leak anything that anyone has said about Rebecca to Rebecca. I kept those users as far away from other people as possible.
Yeah. Like, you know,
And besides, I wanted to cut contact with Dan for a long time now. However, he's an extremely manipulative person to the point where when you argue against him even once, he decides to stubbornly run people around in circles as if he's V Omega or something. He was he's almost as toxic as V when it comes to him running people around in circles and the way that he screams at people. And around April of 2022, I was honestly not in a good headspace, given that I lived in a trailer that was so hot that I had to have a fan on 24/7, even during the winter, to the point where when he did scream at me, I legitimately thought that I did do something wrong, when I now know in hindsight that I didn't.
to be honest, with Dan's manipulation tactics, I could see him growing up to be a fucking politician.
I was not this buddies with a nonce like Fractured Light tried to make me look to make me look. Dan is honestly the second worst individual that I've ever had a long interaction with on the internet, second only to Halo Fan.
Well,
Yeah.
I just noticed that. Neko. Yeah, I agree, Neko. My bad, I didn't respond earlier because like we was in the middle of talking, and for some odd reason on OBS the chat feed thing is extremely late. Like I see the chat, it's just I didn't say anything because we was in the
Yeah.
middle of talking. But
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Emmy is one of my closest friends, and and they are supporting Sean 100% and Ward.
Yeah.
To describe my experience with Dan, the best way to describe it, where Halo Fan was basically my equivalent of V Omega, Dan was basically my equivalent of Ray Kohai.
Damn.
Mm.
Yeah, that was some good old fashioned comparison right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Halo Fan was extremely disgusting and inappropriate to me, and he didn't care a single bit. While Dan is verbally abusive.
Yeah. God, that sounds like original delirium right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel bad for you, Sean, so much.
Yeah, and then,
Like,
but people expect
they,
us to just
and
abandon them like that. You know what I'm saying? So you know.
and I feel like Ward wanted to talk to Doodle personally. Doodle shouldn't have a courthouse, and number two, Doodle shouldn't have brought Lio in there and Hopeless Peaches, because in my opinion, that's if it's one on one, and you bring person C, person O, person W, person A, person R, and person D, Doodle, what does that spell? Coward. And
Oh
that's what you
no,
are.
no, like I said, originally it was going to be like a one-on-one chat with Doodles. It's just that what happened is that, like, my dad pretty much called me on my cell phone or something, so I had to pretty much take that though. That was kind of important. I just didn't know that like Doodles was gonna call. But the thing is that I also wish that she decided not to try to take this to the
Yeah, that's
SCC
what I'm saying.
courthouse and
Either
stuff.
way, she
Like I
should
kind
not
of wish
supposed to
that
take
she
it to
didn't
the
have to hurry up
courthouse,
and do
man.
that.
I mean, yeah, you go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, she kind
I
of
was
just
just
took it to
saying.
the court. No, you're right, you're right. I was like, yeah, she shouldn't have did that fast and stuff, but it almost seems like she might just think that I was kinda ducking something or whatever, which I wasn't. I really wanted to do that talk with her and stuff because I also wanted to, I wanna know what was even going on. That's all I wanted and stuff, so I can get a better understanding of why all this was happening. People act like I was supposed to really know more about this and stuff, but I didn't. I really didn't. I wanted to really talk to somebody about it. Like, come on.
Can I ask you a question? Did Doodle message you and say, "Is anything going up and stuff? Is something going on?"
Uh, Let me see. I'm trying to remember actually. Give me a sec. I know
You
she
have a do you have a screenshot?
oh no, hold on.
You have a
Let me
screenshot. It will thing. And the thing is about this whole situation, like number one, with these types of situation, there must be evidence, and you have to cross your T's and dot your I's because the thing is, you're not gonna. What if you get it wrong? You just ruined somebody's life because of that.
mhm. But nah, but she was pretty much was like saying something like, are you gonna are you gonna do it or not or something, something like that, but not like in a, what I'm saying? Like I remember when she called or something, she was like, well, like I guess not and stuff. I'll meet, I'll try. She said she'll try again later, but then after that though, she said something like, meet me at the SEC courthouse or something. I was like, oh damn. Okay, so I guess I just missed my chance or something, even though I wanted to actually talk to her individually and stuff because I did want to get caught up on something. I didn't want to make this like a big old, thing or something. I kind of wanted to know one on one. But I don't know. But I guess she really wanted to go ahead and do it this way in the first place, just to kind of, you know what I'm saying? I don't
Yeah,
know.
she
It
just
just didn't
wanted.
make.
She just like I said, she just wanted to make money. Like the thing is, Doodle wants everybody to bend over for them, for her, because she just got out of surgery and stuff. But and that's real life stuff on Doodle's part, and I can understand that. But Doodle, respect is a two-way street. What if Sonic had something to do IRL, and the Ward's not going to drop something IRL just to go on the internet and go to your pretend courthouse.
Yeah, it was the same situation with
It'd be
me.
dogpiled.
Yeah, it was the same situation with me with Umbris. Matter of fact, hold on. I gotta bring up the screenshots right now, man, about the whole me and Umbris situation. I forgot to get into that or whatever. Hold on, let me pause this and let me
Oh,
get them in order. Hold on.
oh yeah,
All right,
oh yeah.
hold on. I'm gonna send them in the chat first, and then I'm gonna put them up live.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm gonna send something in the chat also.
All right, upload.
and
Let me make sure
uh,
I have these in order.
and another thing to give you another fact to give you guys about how I felt after this incident. I actually cried on two separate weeks. Once on the 17th and once I think last Wednesday or something. I didn't keep track because I felt depressed ever since this happened and just wanted to talk to someone in the SCC about what was happening, so that way anything that I might have misworded myself on would be cleared.
Yeah, all them
Yeah,
screenshots should be
it
in
can
order,
happen.
so you can take a look at
All
those.
right.
Conundrum. I mean,
Yeah, take
uh,
Cobra
Cobra
Commander,
Commander.
yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
Just say Cobra.
Yeah,
Just say
Cobra.
Cobra.
That's better. I
Cobra.
can remember that. Yeah. I mean, I just
Yeah.
had
Yeah,
the
Cobra
DC
Commander.
intent on mine. That's why I was using your older name, but I'm just call you Cobra. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Uh,
But
oh
yeah, Sean, like,
God.
oh
Like she
yeah,
was trying to do all detective work and stuff, man. Trying to like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't having that, man. It's just like, no.
Yeah. And by the way, Umbris, because you want to say like Umbris went after my father after he died. Don't
Dang.
get me started
I
on
mean,
like like everybody wanted to give Umbris charitability because her dog died. Yeah, but Umbris didn't give me the same charity when a person I knew for 42 years who raised me died.
I go to image two, uh, file. I'm just putting these up here for people who
Uh, yeah,
watch
I
the
gave you the Google Doc full of false info
yeah. Well,
because I'm sorry. That Google Doc that Umbris made is full of bullshit. Uh, I think Lyle kind of did.
all right. Here's the first screenshot, so y'all can read that or whatever. Like if for people who you know what I'm saying watching the upload of
Yeah.
stuff of this when it's still up there. Also remember people when I do live streams and people want to see like the upload, you gotta go to the live thing. YouTube doesn't put them as separate videos anymore, so you gotta go to the live tab and see these.
Yeah.
So that's the first one
yeah,
right
yeah.
there. And then hold on, I gotta
Mm-hmm.
change the image. Here's the second one. Let me move this up. Hold on. Probably gotta make it a little bit smaller. All right.
Yeah. And another thing that I should honestly address regarding the situation. When I said that there was only that I didn't even put Dan around any sort of minors except for one. Like when I decided to do that because Dan basically wanted me to basically invite um Hypochromia into a group DM, and when I did that without asking him first, I did so. However, I instantly regretted it because Hypochromia basically exited the group DM and unfriended me, which I instantly regretted and apologized to him shortly after. Everyone else that I tried to go to regarding them talking to Dan, I asked them first and let them come to their own conclusions. I regret the first one. However, I asked other people for if they want to do it first and let them come to their own conclusions.
Right. Let me go to the other one.
Oh, like the second screenshot, I'm like, and this is going to sound so horrible when I say it, but fuck it, you know me. I'm sort of that loose cannon. Umbris, you act like you have some set of balls on you for saying that to Keo, saying, "Oh, you're scared, then gotcha. Why are you okay with your friend?" That's like keeping quiet about a predator.
I mean, look, really nice detective work. You know, I'm all right. You know, and instead of instead of like insulting me and all that other stuff, you should really work on your detective work. You know what I'm saying? Like if I want to get information out of somebody, I won't just play only bad cop. It got to be a little bit of a good cop, bad cop type situation. Don't just say, I'm scared, or treat me like I'm a coward or some idiot or whatever like that. Because that's not gonna make the situation even better. All right, hold on. I think like one more or two more left to show live.
And by the way, Ephraim, the reason why I assumed that you guys labeled me as a defender of Dan Stein is because of the fact that I've seen all the comments and stuff that were basically saying, "Hey, you defended the guy," or something like that, or similar comments from other people who aren't even in the commentary community who also claim that I defended Dan, when that is far from the case, in every single way imaginable.
And Ephraim has
Like
room to talk. And let me put it this way: Ephraim has room to talk after the incident with fractured light. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, I mean, as y'all guys can see in the screenshots, like I pretty much kept it 100, like with her. Like I wasn't trying to be insultive. I was trying, I was just keeping it 100. I wasn't trying to, because if if I would have, stooped to their level, I would have said and did something, way worse. And y'all seen how I used to be, so y'all already know how
Whoa,
I can
whoa,
get down.
whoa. Oh, I'm reading the one thing. Umbra said he never called Wood a pedo scum. Yes, but that's what he is. But don't take Lio out of context. You aren't going to get anywhere in life if you keep running away from your problems.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I was like,
Oh, that's slander right there.
yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Oh, and to address the title of Doodle Tones' video, real quick, I wasn't running away. Like behind the scenes, I've actually been desperately, begging and pleading to everyone that I just wanted to talk about Dan, but it felt like I was being ignored by everyone, which is ironic because do you want to know something that is very, very funny? The internet likes to go on and on and on and on and on about how Rebecca of Star Giant Productions refuses, doesn't, never talks about Necopon when she actively refuses to do so. Yet when I try to talk about Dan and what actually happened with him, suddenly I'm treated as a pedo enabler. Like to be more specific, I'm basically casted aside just on the basis that I was friends with him for 2 years, even though I was not even made aware about the fact that Dan did anything that could be considered as pedophilic after he turned an adult.
Man, but
Yeah.
I don't know, guys.
Um, um,
We're clearly running away
well,
from our
well, hold,
problems. We're
hold up, hold up,
cowards.
hold up.
Yeah.
When did Dan turn 18?
He turned 18 in November of 2021.
All right. And when was he doing this stuff?
He was doing a lot of his those gross things when he was 17 and under. anything that he did after he was an adult, I was not made aware of until Pepper came to me in October of last year.
If this was a actual court case, this would have been a mistrial.
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna deny what Dan did to Pepper was absolutely disgusting, and I'm sorry, Pepper, that you had to go through those things. But how was I supposed to know that you went through these things when you didn't even talk to me before then?
Yeah, if you didn't bring it up to Sean and you brought it up recently, how did Sean even know? That's I'm gonna be honest. The fucking SCC one day is gonna start label people with German blood. Anyone of German heritage is automatically a Nazi in their eyes. That's how this is going down. It's going down a slippery slope.
Yeah.
And the thing is, this is an SCC problem. Don't get Lio involved in this shit. He's not an SCC member.
Speaking of
So glad somebody
Lio,
said.
like one thing that kind of got on my nerves a little bit was the
Be right
situation
back.
with
Sorry.
Oh yeah, well he'll probably look back at his part and catch back up. But the problem that really bugged me was like he had the gall to call Ward out on some brony type shit, and it was like, bro, once you was in the kind of the crowd at one point, you can't really knock somebody for that. I know you ain't with the series and with in the fandom anymore, but like you can't just pull that, bro. Like that's some really hypocritical shit right there, bro. I mean, I know some people would not agree, but in my eyes, I see it as some hypocritical shit.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what else to really say, but just like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't know. This whole thing shouldn't have been blown up like this to begin
It
with.
really, it,
That's
it
all I'm
really
just saying.
shouldn't.
Like, it almost feels like this situation didn't even have to be like that. Like, it's not even on the levels of V. Like, what is this? Like we're literally just people just trying to at least have a conversation with. Like, we're not running away from situations or anything. Like, we're literally begging to talk to somebody about this. Like, what the fuck?
Now, I want to know in
And
that whole conversation, when did I ever said when the screenshots that I sent with Umbris, when did I ever say I'm closing off like my DMs, I'm closing everything off or whatever. Hey, if people want to still, what I'm saying, talk or whatever about the situation, my DMs are still open. I'm not running from nobody. It's just at the time with the courthouse, I wasn't trying to deal with that madness because I already know how it was going to go. Now, if Doodle Tones and the rest wanna hit me back up and be like, oh, we'll have a conversation without Leo and all that other bullshit involved, then I'm happy to oblige. But if if you just want to be sheep and just whatever, man, that's up to you, man. I can't put a gun to your head and just make you listen.
Yeah, that was well said. Well said. Um, uh,
n- And by the way, to any SCC member that goes all like, "Oh, don't bother putting a novel in my replies. I'm not even going to humor it." Hey, you want an Hey, you wanted an explanation. You're going to get an explanation because of the fact that you're following these surface level allegations.
Right? I mean, if you want
Like
somebody to drop
for real
information and
though,
stuff
they
on
need to.
you, then that's how it's gonna happen. You will get your information.
I know, right?
Like when I had today, I had a civil discussion with Mr. Awesome Mario 360, and I thought that it would be smooth sailing from here because I explained why I kept Dan around for as long as I did. That's until the other SCC members decided to jump onto me for that by claiming that, "Oh, you're lying. We tried to let you explain." No, you guys didn't. At least not for the Dan side of things.
Yeah, and I like when Lio told Ward to go through the messages. When he said, type in Dan. Oh, look, Dan Alec Chai. It's like, that's a non sequitur. Because Sean gave
Mm.
credit to Dan Alec Chai for some of the videos. Like, that there, it's like, really? You have to use a non sequitur for your grandioses on how Sean's this evil person, where Sean isn't. And this whole CC, you basically rode him out on a rail. This
Like
stuff
there's
pisses me
only
off.
like there were a few people in my contacts that were willing to hear out my side of the situation. However, there are many other people on the other side of things that don't know about what happened, what actually happened, and what led to me being scared to cut off Dan as I was.
Yeah, and Dan has a history of doxing, and you were afraid of being doxed.
And like like yeah, I went through that with Halo Fan, although I didn't give out any of my information to Dan mainly because of the fact that at this point I don't trust anyone with any of my information anymore after what I dealt with regarding his nonsense.
Mm-hmm. Like,
Hmm.
And also when it came to that screenshot that they went through in sonicward's DMs, I myself forgot that I sent that screenshot in the first place because a lot of memories can flood out of someone's head in the span of 2 years.
Which, by the way, they assumed that I didn't know about that for some reason, and I mean, sorry, they assumed that I was pretty much lying about that, which I really wasn't, and that was around the time when I was literally busy with doing other shit and stuff. So, plus, me and Sean was talking about anything but that at the time. So I don't even know what the fuck.
and I hate to say this, if they want to get you on venting to your friend about that, what do they want you to do? Bottle it all up? That's very unhealthy. You have to vent about shit.
Yeah,
Venting
if you
about
don't say
something
anything
is
about
perfectly
anything, you're gonna go
healthy.
crazy, man.
And at that, like by the time that Doodle Tones' SCC communication problems came out, I was almost close to blowing up before I ended up getting fed up and having to blow up on Twitter about this. Like I've been shunned when I barely even got to explain myself when it came to Dan.
Yeah.
Pretty
You know how
much.
it feels, Sean. Look, I know what it's like to be shunned by the SCC.
We both do, especially me.
Especially me.
Oh man.
I was an alt CC member, so I know what it's like to be shunned. And still, this day, I still talk in some SCC servers, and they still call me alt CC scum.
Bruh, people will still think.
Mainly,
Now go
mainly
ahead.
Umbrus. Mainly
Well,
Umbrus calls me alt CC scum.
well, because of the incident that happened or whatever in the past, people still think I'm like transphobic or something, which is kind of ironic because my girlfriend is trans. Like, come on now, how I'm gonna be transphobic? Like, I don't want to be like that one guy. Like, well, my girlfriend is black, but I'm just saying, how can you really hate something that is like, like, come on now, bro. Like, people still come at me for like to this day for that stuff. And I'm like, hey, okay, whatever you think people don't change up and all that other stuff. That's you. But I
I have something to say, and I'm gonna
yeah, go
say this.
ahead.
It's so funny about the SEC and the Senate. I'm gonna say this. Carmen Ryder was fucking right about you guys.
I mean, what did
I
Common
hate to
Writer
say
say?
that the Senate is nothing more than a bunch of hypocrites, as well as the SEC, and they try to hide their hypocrisy with bullying, spin tactics, and everything else.
God,
Oh,
shut my
and
nose.
one other thing that actually did make me upset with that SCC courthouse call. Like the SCC goes on about how predators should be outed. Yet when I asked to basically make a document about my former friend who has done so many horrific things, they decided to shun. They decided to say, "Oh, I don't care about that. You heard about all of these horrific things, and yet you're more concerned about a commentary or something." When that was not when. No, this has nothing to do with commentaries. This has something to do with a former friend who did a lot of gross things, and it was 6 years of friendship only for him to turn out to be a horrible person who tried to put my life in danger.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, people always being people always tend to be, being blind to certain things or whatever, and yeah, they accuse us to be blind to the whole situation. Is just I just find all this stuff ironic, really, man. It's just
Yeah. And I like how Ephraim's like, oh my God, God betrayed me. Someone else betrayed me. Doodle, are you going to betray me? Ephraim, cut the fucking dramatics already. Because when I watched that part, I was like, I cringed. I literally cringed for the first time.
somebody in the CC complain about being betrayed when anybody and everybody can do a commentary on each other. I find it kind of funny.
I know, I know, I know.
A betrayal. Oh man.
God. It's just funny now with this whole situation because it just shows what the SCC truly is. A
I mean,
fucking hug
I
box.
kind of knew this from the get go. I've been saying so much shit like about the CC or whatever, and nobody listened. So it's like me. It's like your regular day at the office with me. It's like it's just it's sad that everything had to come to this though.
You know, even
It's up
Nicole, aka the artist formerly known as Darkseid, she even said that the SCC is a bunch of hypocritical assholes. And guess what? The alt CC was right.
Man. At least when the alt CC was around, they at least was trying to keep people in check though, or help
Yeah.
spread the situation of when other people was on their bullshit back then. I at least give them credit for that.
Oh yeah.
But anybody else got any more information and stuff they want to drop and get the stuff off their chest? Cause
no, it's
I'm disappointed,
no.
real.
I mean,
Everything had to come to this, bro.
like all I'm gonna pretty much just say because like I said, I didn't have much to really say, mainly because like I'm barely supposed to have been in this situation in the first place. But
Mhm.
I guess like all I wanted to really just say for real is that like communication is key. SCC should probably do that. I mean, I don't know why they was trying to tell us to really do that if they didn't really do that themselves. Um, and I've been kind of lost throughout this entire ordeal, and I would like to really talk about this. And if people want to go ahead and still do that, then that's fine by me. I'm not really too worried too much about the whole situation itself, mainly because I'm still confused about everything. So if y'all decide to go ahead and come to my DMs and stuff, that would be great because I am willing to still talk. I'm no monster because why would I be some sort of monster and why y'all would be scared? I thought y'all was supposed to be trying to do all these communications and stuff because oh my god, I thought y'all like to do that stuff, but I guess not. But we'll see. We'll see. I ain't trying to go ahead and force y'all or anything, but it'll be great and nicely. It'd be nice for y'all to really just talk to me or anybody else who's pretty much in this call. But if y'all do that, then that'll be great. Um, that's all I can really say about this whole thing and stuff. But yeah, anything else?
Wait, I do
On
want to mention this
word.
one thing real quick. Remember how the people in the CC was going at like people with the whole Dylan thing when he was like making the commentary blood sports thing. Isn't the courthouse is kind of on the same level to that because a lot of people they just been flinging shit at each other like in that whole
No,
ordeal
it's fun.
sometimes.
No, it's funny. It's funny. Even Mega Dupe is right about that. About that.
Yeah, that's kind of bogus, bro.
Like, it's sad actually that the SCC, a group of nerd, they say they are a group of nerds that talk about each other. No, you're not. You're just like the kill stream and all them. A bunch of loudmouths who like to dogpile and bash down on a person, not let them speak their mind. And when you hear it, you just don't even you just automatically dismiss it.
I would say this for anybody else who would join the CC. Just always be aware that there always be somebody that will literally step on your fingers when they get a chance, you know what I'm saying, to climb up to the top of the whole situation. If everybody is subscribed to me and supporting me and all this other stuff is not liking you, that means you automatically not and void. So
Oh,
it's like,
anybody who wants to join the SCC, I'm just gonna say this: stay away from Umbrus. She's a bitch,
just stay away from that
and she's
community in
not.
general, actually.
You know something? I'll say this: I can give Susie credit because she's she's a great up to an uncover band. Nerd works. Sean know that Sean now have to do artwork. I do a song. I am will get you because I get money in your pocket because you do commissions, do thumbnail people who would have your thumbnails. Ward, you have you have a group of friends to talk to. And Keo, I'll even invite you into some of the servers as well. So you have support.
All right, that's cool, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
Well, we've been
Like,
sitting here, been going on about it for an hour and stuff. I mean, unless you got one more thing to say, Cobra.
nah. Oh, yeah. I put in here that document that Umbrus made on Paradox. Read that and look at all the inconsistencies in there. The first paragraph even says, I know this argument will shoot me in the foot. She admitted that her whole argument is wrong, but she still went about it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, hey, like I said, it's sorry that I had to see. I had something else planned before that whole video was going to be released, but nah, man, I had to give a live response, and I had to let all this. Well, we had to let all that stuff out and stuff. So you know, it's just jacked up, man. But you know, I guess everybody can give out their outros, and we out of here, man.
All right, everybody. Make sure to subscribe to Cobra Commander commentaries. I do action figure reviews, commentaries on G.I. Joe episodes, and toy streams. Make sure to sub.
All right, now I'm gonna point out Ward. You know,
Yeah, I got it. This
yeah.
is all right. I don't know when I'll be pretty much doing videos. Because the last little video I did was back in 2020. I don't know when I'll be trying to put out a new video. I mean, it probably should be this year because I am planning on basically doing something important, and Sean should know what I'm talking about because that's gonna be coming up very, very soon. So look out for that. But you know, at the moment, I'm pretty much I don't know like what I'm really doing for my channel at the moment. It's just kind of been staled since 2020. So I'll be trying to go ahead and put out some more content in the future. But until then, this is Super Sonic War 15 saying, keep running.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for. All right, Sean, your turn.
All right. This is Sean S. signing out.
And you already know me, the one and only KYOKUN94, KYOKUN94, however you want to say it. I also have another Twilight Assassins podcast coming soon. Eventually, what I'm saying, it's coming soon, but we'll have me, Fathom, and some other people who ain't in and stuff. So look forward to that. And whenever I go live and upload some more stuff, I keep you guys posted and stuff. But like I always say, salute me or shoot me, and I'm out.